Hi there, Phil the Practical Gardener again. This topic is on growing herbs, or herb gardens specifically in your garden. As you can see here, we grow quite a lot of herbs: thyme, sage, oregano or cilantro, however you call it, and beyond that is some chives. I also have herbs growing elsewhere in the garden. In this particular video, I'll be talking about the position for growing herbs, the degree of sun that they require, and the soil fertility, and things such as access and aesthetics. I'll finish on several standard shapes that are used for herb gardens. However, at the same time, I will have two follow-up videos on herbs where I'll be talking about integrating herbs with vegetables and other parts of your garden, and also the maintenance of herbs. So be sure to subscribe to my channel so you see these as they become available. A herb garden can be a delight to both the eye and the nose, as well as providing fresh herbs for the kitchen. While gardeners often have a vision of a herb garden, careful planning is important for ensuring long-term success. Position. Ideally, the garden should be close to the kitchen to allow for easy picking of herbs. This is of particular benefit in winter. As herb gardens are high maintenance, it is useful if they are sited where you are likely to keep up a high level of maintenance. An area exposed to high sunlight is also important, as many herbs come from regions with a Mediterranean climate. Next, soil. Many herbs such as thyme, marjoram and sage prefer a well-drained position. Raised herb gardens can provide the required drainage and soil aeration. However, few herbs require high levels of nutrients. In fact, a fertile soil may encourage excessively vigorous weed growth. Weeds can readily outcompete low-growing herbs, so shouldn't be encouraged. Then accessibility. Being able to reach all parts of the bed is important both for harvesting and for maintenance. If the plot is divided into modular sections, a narrow path between the beds can allow for good access. Raised beds, suggested earlier, will allow you to easily reach all parts of the plots. Then maintenance. Although some herbs such as fennel or rosemary are vigorous and easy care, others such as creeping thyme or chamomile need regular attention. These plants should be in easily accessible parts of the bed with limited scope for invasive weeds to creep in. Any herb garden is high maintenance compared with a shrubbery or even a vegetable garden. Allowing for ease of care is one of the key contributors to long-term success. If you choose a raised bed model, be sure to construct them so that there isn't scope for weed invasion between the blocks or timbers. Finally, aesthetics. Most gardeners want their herb garden to be an attractive addition to their landscaping. Herbs contribute a Mediterranean ambience to a garden. Mexican, Spanish, Italian and even English styles can coordinate well with a herb garden. Planning for a range of textures and colours also provides interest. Upright chives can be paired with thyme or oregano. Bright green parsley can contrast with grey sage or feathery dill. Recycled bricks are a popular choice for paths or walls. Be aware that these can become slippery unless well maintained. There is an infinite scope on the range of styles of beds that you might choose to use. However, I will show you some standard ones that are commonly used in gardens. First, a cartwheel design, a circular garden divided into sections by scopes which function as dividers and internal paths, is both attractive and functional. This is a formal style and can be enhanced with a central feature. Examples are a bird bath, sculpture or a specimen plant, such as a bay tree. The cartwheel concept can be adapted to a rectangular design or some other compromise of styles. A knot garden or parterre. You can creatively design a complex design, for example based on Celtic knots derived from medieval gardens. A knot garden is often edged with low box hedges and topiary. As with a cartwheel design, a central feature can add a focal point to the vista. A checkerboard pattern can also provide an attractive design. Note that this particular style of garden is fairly high maintenance. Finally, container garden. Herbs can be grown in pots and placed in a paved area such as a patio. Unlike the previous concepts, the plants can be moved around to create interesting groups or patterns. Now, during this I've been talking about having a specific herb garden. However, it isn't necessarily to do it this way, even though in this garden here I do have those herbs I've mentioned. Elsewhere I do have parsley plants which I put in a high fertility part of the garden, and they actually move around as I replant different sowings of parsley. I put my basil amongst my tomato plants. It's an ideal companion plant for them, and again the tomato bed is of course high fertility and well watered, and the basil do seem to appreciate that. I have mint in a shaded out of the way part of my garden where I can just go and collect it when I need it. I've got rosemary in a pot sitting on a terrace. So in my next 2 video clips I will be showing some of these options, so be sure to look out for these ones as they become available. And don't forget to like this, and also put your comments below on your thoughts about herb gardens, your experience. Also, of course, as always, thank you very much for watching this clip through to the end.